While we must and will win this war, we should also remember the high price that will be paid if the very foundation of modern society is destroyed.
In the press materials for this film, your character and all the other guys are described as over the hill and out of shape. Are you okay with this?
I wrote it. They weren't thrilled with me. Matt was like, what the hell? No, yeah, I think that the fun part about this is that we really are kind of the gang that couldn't shoot straight. And that's part of the fun of the film to me is, you know, that these guys really wouldn't, you know, for the most part be enlisted into the army for any other reason. We're going to start with a friend in Paris who's going to have some idea where the French art has been hidden.
How can I help you steal our stolen art?
I love the relationship between your two characters in this movie, and at times it verges on almost romantic. Was it fun to play? What was fun about it?
It was a story I hadn't, like a little kind of B-plot that I hadn't really seen in a movie. You know, normally they go sweeping into each other's arms and the music swells, and I like the idea, you know, this kind of idea of unrequited love and just how complicated life gets when you are in the middle of, you know, the Great War. It's like, you know, all of these lives are turned completely upside down.
And Claire, who you play, is a woman who really has a shell, for good reason. She's very cynical, very skeptical of what's going on, but...
Well, she doesn't know she can't trust anyone. She's been collaborating with the Germans in order to sort of undermine their master plan. But as a result, she was imprisoned, her brother was killed. I mean, she was an incredibly heroic figure, the one on who she was based. And I think it was an enormous act of trust to give that to Matt's character.
Well, the chaps are all very anxious to get started. We have your architect from Chicago, a sculptor, a director of design at the School of Fine Arts, and a few other experts in various fields of art.
How the fellas making out?
Like Olympians!
If you didn't have the roles that you each have, whose role would you have wanted to play?
Kate Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett.
What? Unanimous. Why?
Hosiery.
Yeah, well, and her hair. Hers was a singularly heroic person that really had to endure the stress of working within the Nazi action, you know, within them, and being among them but not of them. What must have been very difficult.
But the French thought she was a collaborator.
French thought she was with them. The Germans thought she was with them. So she was hated on all sides. You could trust no one.
And she single-handedly, her character, single-handedly basically saved the art.
They tell us who cares about art, but they're wrong. It is the exact reason that we're fighting. For a culture, for a way of life.
What is all this?
People's lives.
We got to talk about the end. This is on IMDb, so I feel like I can say your dad, Nick Clooney, plays you.
As an old man. Yeah.
And was it hard to convince him? His first acting role in 50 years.
You know, it was actually hard to convince him. He was like, I'm not going to do that. And I said, come on, it'll be fun. And I have to say, it was actually very emotional for me. You know, he had served in the army in Germany, not during the war, just after the war. But he hadn't been back to Germany either. And so it was really something to be... to have him in this film. It was really fun. We have some unfinished business.